Hey, subscribe to my channel. I love you.
Card Kaizoku.
This video is sponsored by Card Market, Europe's largest online marketplace for trading card games. Subscribe to Patreon every day. These deck breakdowns are meant to be used as a way to hit the ground running and see how a particular deck or game mechanic functions without having to spend the time learning it yourself. This is not meant to be a perfect be-all end-all list, but 80 to 90% of the cards in my deck breakdowns are core cards, with the remaining 10% being like tech cards that you'll need to put in your deck for your own local metagame or your own spice to make the list truly your own. But now that we got that out of the way, alright, we have our OP07 Jewelry Bonney deck breakdown. Jewelry Bonney is the new green leader. It's another addition to the interesting green leader repertoire that we have that is like strong, but not like oppressive in the meta. Fun to play though. Joins starter deck 2 Kid and starter deck 11 Uta. It plays pretty similarly to OP01 Kid, to be honest. But yeah, let's take a look at the leader. So Jewelry Bonney is a mono green leader with 5000 power and 5 starting life. Her leader ability reads: when an opponent attacks once per turn, if you pay 1 Dawn, you can rest up to one of your opponent's leaders or characters. So just leaving 1 Dawn up means that you lock out 1 attack on your opponent's turn. Your opponent can play around this to a degree by like attacking first before playing anything for you to tap. But once they have a couple things on board, you always have a target to rest. This can sort of work like how Enno's leader ability works, where your opponent needs like 3 attacks to finish you off. Going against Bonney, you kind of sort of have to treat it the same way, where you need like 1 more body than normal to go for lethal. And this kind of leader ability does lend to sort of like a control-y style of play, but not too much, right? It's control until you get to your late game, and then you just overwhelm your opponent. Let's take a look at the deck list. For EB01 Cavendish. Cavendish is a 5 cost 6k. It came out in EB01, a great addition to the Supernova package, because what he does is on play or when attacking. If your leader is a Supernova, if you have no other Cavendishes on field, you can activate 2 Dawn, or otherwise untap 2 Dawn. So essentially at 5 Dawn, you play him for 3 Dawn actually, because you get 2 Dawn back unrested. This lets you utilize your leader ability with 1 of the Dawn and still swing for 6 or something like that, or you can just swing for 7 to be honest, at that stage in the game. Cavendish is what allows you to play 8 Kid on curve too, and still utilize his ability. Right, at 8 Dawn, if you already have a Cavendish on field, you play 8 cost Kid, attack with Cavendish, get 2 Dawn back. You could tap your 8 cost Kid to bring out a blocker, and then you have 1 Dawn for Kid and then 1 Dawn for your leader ability. So it's really perfect for playing Kid 1 turn earlier. And at the end of the day, he also has 1k counter, and a 6k stat line is nothing to scoff at either. The only thing you do have to know is that it only works if he's the only Cavendish on board, so be careful playing 2 Cavendishes out. They'll like nullify each other, and you don't get any benefit at all. For EB01 Scratchman Apu. Basically just another 2k counter in the Supernova Pirates package. This gives us another 2k we can search with Bonney. But yeah, that does mean that all of our 2ks in this deck are Apus, so a lot of Apu in this deck. But he is more usable than the other Apu, the starter deck Apu, because what this Apu does is for 1 Dawn on play, you can rest up to one of your opponent's 2 cost or less characters. So yeah, there's some usage there to get rid of chump blockers or something. For OP01 Izo, actually I lied, we'd run another 2k counter. So Izo is the like bread and butter 2k counter in green when you have space to fill, because what he does for 3 is on play, you can rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less. This does get around a lot of popular blockers like Borsalino and stuff like that. But yeah, do note he's not a Supernova, so he can't be searched by Bonney. 2 OP01 Killer, so just a 2 cost Supernova blocker, something you can cheat out with Kid, and then if you attach Dawn to him on block, if you have 3 or more characters on field, you draw a card. This is great at defending your 8 cost Kids. But there is a new blocker in town that works with Kid as well, so we only run him as a 2 of. For OP01, used to Captain Kid. So yeah, 8 cost Kid, you know him from OP01, 8 cost 8k power. If you attach Dawn to him on your opponent's turn, your opponent cannot attack any other characters except for a character name Eustace Kid if this Kid is rested. So that means you're incentivized to always attack with them or use his second part of the card effect, where activate main once per turn. You can rest this character, and then you can play up to 1 character card with the cost of 3 or less from your hand. So this is up to 1 card, so you can just rest him just to get that first part of his effect active, where if he's rested, you can't attack anything but a Kid character. But yeah, more often than not, you'll want to play out a blocker with that second portion of his effect. You could play out that killer we mentioned earlier, or a new card that we're going to go over later, or this very next card actually. For OP05 Don Quixote Rocinante, yeah, a 2-cost blocker. He has 1k power though, so be wary of cards that KO 1k power characters, but Rosinante is really great in the 8-cost kid deck because what he does is, yeah, he's a blocker, but also on your opponent's turn, if one of your other rested characters would be KO'd, you can trash this character instead to save him. So this means that whether this Rosinante is tapped or not, he can still block for an 8-cost kid as long as 8-cost kid is rested. This means that Amaru doesn't really bother him too much, or like effects like that can rest him. One of the better blockers to cheat out with Kid, to be honest, because it saves him from even like Flame Emperor. Like if Flame Emperor or like some other KO effect were to kill 8-cost Kid, you could just discard this Rosinante to pseudo block for him. And he still has 1k counter too, so yeah, really great card. 4 OP06 Hoodie Jones, 7 Dawn, 8k power. He has Rush, and then on play, you can rest up to a total of 2 of your opponent's characters and or Dawn in any combination, then put the top card of your life into your hand. This card synergizes with our deck quite a bit. The 8-cost kit kind of playstyle incentivizes you to get down low on life, even to 0 most of the time, so that you have all the counters you can in hand to protect your 8-cost kid. That means Hodie's on play, where he makes you take a life to your hand. Doesn't really affect you too much if you want all the cards in your life in your hand anyway. And he's great into playing into many decks actually, right? Against decks that like to leave Dawn up for defense, for like a Radical Beam, or even in the mirror against another Bonney. If you play out Hodie, you can rest their Dawn that they left up, so they can't have access to their defensive abilities. And then you can rest characters to like attack into, starve out your opponent, not give them cards in hand from their life, or even just tap blockers out of the way to go for game. And just having an 8k rush attacker is great too. 4 OP06 Rodonoa Zoro, 9-cost 9k, and then essentially he can attack 3 times in a turn. Because when attacking, once per turn, if you pay a Dawn, you can set him back as active. And then after that, or even before that, depends on how you want to do the order. At any time during your turn, you can just activate main once per turn, pay 2 Dawn, and then set the character as active. So this means for 3 total Dawn, you can attack 3 times with this Zoro card. And it's great in this kind of stall green deck. You'll get to play Zoro pretty often. It's pretty safe, especially hidden behind an 8-cost kid. And if you can get the Zoro to stick, games don't really last too much longer after that, if you're able to swing 9k 3 times a turn for 3 Dawn. But do note that this Zoro is just a Straw Hat. It's not a Supernova, so you can't search it with Bonney, unfortunately. Even though he is technically a Supernova in the manga. Oh well. 4 OP07 Uroge. Oh crap. I just found out he's pronounced Urouge, but the translation that I downloaded spelled it weird, so I thought it was Uroge. So yeah, I'm gonna mispronounce it for the rest of the video. Don't worry, I know it's Urouge now. So a new OP07 Supernova card. He's a 4-cost 5k blocker, so pretty good stat line for a blocker already. But what he does is at the end of your turn, you can set up to one of your Dawn as active, which synergizes perfectly with Bonnie's leader ability, as Bonney requires 1 Dawn on your opponent's turn to activate to just rest a character or leader. So playing Uroge means that you always have access to your leader ability. It's probably the best thing to play on your 4 Dawn turn. And he's still a blocker too at the end of the day, so it helps protect your 8-cost kid. Really great card for this deck. Really turns the deck on. 4 OP07 Basil Hawkins, 6-cost 7k. And if your leader has the Supernova type, this character gains blocker. So he's a blocker for us, 6-cost 7k blocker. And then once per turn, if this character were to be removed from play by one of your opponent's effects, you may instead rest one of your opponent's characters to prevent that. So kind of like how Enel works, the Rush Enel, you can prevent like a bottom deck or a KO or a bounce on this Basil Hawkins, so long as your opponent has something on board for you to rest. So again, this can be played around, right? If they attack with their characters first, then you have nothing to rest, so you don't get access to that effect. So you just kind of mess up the order of their attacks with this card. And yeah, he's still a 7k blocker at the end of the day, so it's really useful. He doesn't have counter though, so sometimes can break your hand, as he is quite expensive still at 6. 4 OP07 Bartolomeo. So yeah, that's the other new 3-cost blocker in the Supernova Pirates type. This can be cheated up by 8-cost kid. It's a 4k stat line blocker too, so a lot of the removal based on power can't reach him, like 9-cost Whitebeards when attacking. And then on your turn, once per turn, if a character is rested from your own effects, you can draw a card and then trash a card from your hand. We don't have too many rest effects besides like Hodie and Izo though, so this part doesn't come into play too much, but it is useful sometimes to just get rid of dead cards in your hand in the late game. For Starter Deck 2, Jewelry Bonney, we run the Supernova package, so of course we need this card. It's the Searcher, Tap Searcher. It's not an on-play Searcher. What you can do is, for 1 Dawn, you can rest this card and look at the top 5 cards of your deck and reveal a Supernova type card and add to your hand. So yeah, as long as you can keep this Bonney alive, You can keep using the effect for 1 Dawn every turn after that. When you have 8 cost kid set up, you can hide this Bonney behind that wall and you're pretty much free to search every turn, as they have to get rid of Kid before they can get to your Bonney, unless they have some removal effect that can bypass Kid. Lastly, we have 4 starter deck 2 Scratchman Apu, just a Supernova 2k counter. Again, we have a lot of Apu in this deck. His when attacking effect never comes into play. It's even less playable than the other Apu, but yeah, 2k counter nonetheless, so we need him. Here are some cards to consider. There is a variant of this Bonney deck that runs the Don Quixote family package. It's a pretty significant difference from the Supernova, pure Supernova package, so this might even have to be its own deck breakdown in the future, but yeah. There is a way to play Bonney where you run the Don Quixote Searcher package with Baby 5 and then Baby 5 2k and Viola 2k and 10 cost Doflamingo. And then it utilizes this 8 cost Rosinante pretty well, as you're able to cheat out a 5 cost with it. That's normally things like this Law, or this Blocker Law, or the Cavendish that we run anyway in our deck. But I opted to run a pure Supernova package, so I don't run these cards. And if you feel like this deck is a little too bricky for your tastes, you could run OP01 Pung Gibson or OP05 whoever wins this war becomes Justice. Right, we do run quite a lot of non-counter cards, so this card could turn any of those into a 3k counter. And then Pung Gibson is nice as a defensive option that you can search with Bonney. And with all the Urogs that we play and how much Dawn we leave up, sometimes you do get to leave 2 Dawn up pretty often. So Pung Gibson can be used to fill in those gaps. But for now, I've decided not to run any events in my version of the deck. But this could change. Right, I would probably cut the Basil Hawkins for these cards if I had to pick something to cut. For starting hands, you'll want EB01 Cavendish, OP01 Eustace Captain Kidd, OP07 Urog, and starter deck 2 Jewelry Bonney. You want Bonney just to search for the rest of the plays you're going to make for the turns after that. And Bonney always requires removal on the spot. It'll eat up a leader attack more often than not, so it buys you some time too. Urog is the best thing you can play on your second turn, whether you're going first or second. It gives you access to your leader ability from that point on, as long as he stays on board. And if you're brave enough, you can use him as an attacker too, if you think you can keep him alive. Because yeah, with your leader ability, you do remove 1 whole attack from your opponent if they have 2 attackers on board with the leader and the character or something. So if you can defend 1 attack, the other attack you don't have to worry about. Cavendish is your best third turn play. Essentially, he only costs 3, allowing you 2 extra Dawn or 3 extra Dawn to use for your turn. And then it sets up into 8 cost Kid perfectly if you can keep him on board until you're at 8. And essentially every turn that he's alive, he gives you 2 extra Dawn to use per turn. And of course 8 cost Kid is our late game strategy to pivot around. So having it guaranteed in hand is a big sigh of relief. We don't have to hope to draw it or hope to search it with Bonney if it's already in our hand. The strengths of the deck are stall potential. So yeah, with cards like Urog allowing our leader ability to be active every turn and being able to flat out stop 1 extra attack a turn, and the number of blockers that we play, we do reach our late game pretty safely, and that allows us to play cards like 9 cost Zoro without worrying about dying the turn after. 8 cost Kid curve. So yeah, I'd say the problem with 8 cost Kid focused decks in the past were that like you play searchers in the beginning and then you have really nothing to do in the mid game, and then you just have to hope you have 8 cost Kid to close out a game. With the new Supernova support we got, we do have something to do in the mid game now, right? With cards like Urog, Basil Hawkins, and Cavendish. They're threats of their own in their own regard, so you're not just dirtling around in the mid game, just drawing cards every turn playing searchers. EB01 and OP07 fill out our curve pretty nicely. We're threats at all parts of the game now. The weaknesses of the deck are heavy removal. So yeah, if your opponent runs ways to get rid of high cost characters, we don't really have a way to prevent that. If they have a lot of ways to get rid of 8 cost Kid and 9 cost Zoro, there's not really much we can do to recover. So cost reduction heavy black decks have a good time into our deck, I would say. Because cards like Ice Age cost 1 Dawn and can give -5 costs, bringing Kid to 3, Zoro to 4, and then they just play removal from that point on that can target that kind of cost. 10 cost Blue Kaido. This card completely counters our deck, to be honest. Right, if you're playing an 8 cost Kid out and you have like a Rosinante blocker out, Kaido bounces both back to hand, making us have to replay 8 Dawn's worth of cards the next turn to keep the wall back up. And then usually 10 cost Kaido decks run other big threats, so they'll have big bodies on board that can swing at you afterwards anyway. So yeah, 10 cost Kaido just outright makes 8 cost Kid a non-issue. But luckily not too many decks do run 10 cost Kaido. It's really only Boa at the moment that does. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. Should I put 10 cost Kaido as a weakness or should I put Boa? Probably just 10 cost Kaido. Yeah, I'll leave it as 10 cost Kaido. Alright, that's our Jewelry Bonney deck for OP07. It's not Red Purple Law or Enel or Gecko Moria levels of strong, but it is a green deck through and through, and if you like the green playstyle, you'll enjoy this deck, you'll have a blast with it. It's really reminiscent of Starter Deck 2 Kid back in OP01, so I've been enjoying this deck a lot. Yeah, hope you give it a try for yourselves. Let me know what spicy tech you come up with, and yeah, we'll move on to the gameplay. We have Bonney versus Katakuri will go second. Yeah, we'll keep this. This is good. Very nice. I think. Okay, they pass. I guess we'll drop a Rosinante and pass. Let's see how our late game does against theirs. Okay, they pass as well. 4 is Urog time, so leader 5. Took. Usually they counter the first hit. Flame Spit trigger that lets him rest Rosinante. Okay, we'll play Urog. We'll pass. It's like I block with them in the end, I guess. So they Gedatsu to kill Urog. 5 into Rosinante. We'll tap Gedats. That's unfortunate. We'll do 5 into leader. Counter 1. Cavendish. Barto. Pass. Maybe I should have played Cavendish and swung like 8 into Gedatsu. 7 Mom. We'll give him a life. Then 5-6 at us. Oh, they passed. Huh. Do 5 at leader then. Countered 1. Play 8 kid and pass. Another 7 mom. Guess I'll give him a life. Play the long game. Passed again. I need blockers, so we'll play Bonney. Guess we have Barto here. And we'll cycle out a Hody. Play Hody, tap Gedatsu and Linlin. Let's clear their board. We'll do 6 at Gedatsu. He dies. We'll do 8 at Linlin. He counter. 10 at Linlin. Dies. Leader 5 at them. You take pass. How do we deal with 10 moms? There's a 10 mom. Hey, Bonney. Find us an answer. More blockers. That's good. Take a killer. I probably should have taken 2Ks. My board is full. Ooh, another Hody would be able. No, they're gonna attack anyway, so I don't need a Hody. We'll do Cavendish 7. Take hit 9. Take Hody 9. Take. Did I play another blocker out and get rid of Bonney? No, I think I'm good. 11 leader. Take. Pass. Yeah, with my leader ability and the amount of counter I have, I think it should stay alive. Well, we'll tap the other Linlin and we'll just block this one. We can go like 16 into Kid. They really want to kill him. I have too many Cavendishes here. Okay, what is this? 12? 2, 3, 4, 5. That's enough, so I'll do that. 2, 3, 4, 5. Do they GG here? Ikunojo. We'll Bonney search because it's free practically. Take a 2K this time. Play the blocker. Cavendish 7. Get 2 on back. We still could die to like trigger shenanigans. Okay, they counter for 3. Hit 9. Or not die, but it'll stop us from winning. They took that one, do Hody 9. They counter out of that one from hand. Do 10 at Linlin. Okay, we'll pass. I might have lethal even if Kid dies, to be honest. Okay, the Amaru to tap killer. Fall at him, we'll tap Katakuri, I guess. Then we counter out of hand every card. And they'll kill with Kikunojo. Maybe I should have tapped Kikunojo then. Then he'll need to put cards on leader to kill me, but yeah, I think we just win after this anyway. First put on no counter. 7 then we'll take. Yeah. So we'll do. What do we do? We'll search with Bonney because it's free. We'll attack with Cavendish for 7, get a Dom back. Take 49 and then leader for whatever amount after that. Unless this is lethal, we had it. Woo! Okay, rematch. Oh, he left. Bye. Bonney mirror will go second. Okay, we have a lot of searchers. That might be good. Okay, they play Baby 5. They play the Doflamingo variant. We'll play Bonney and search. I guess we'll take another Bonney. Pass. A lot of swinging at searchers are going to happen the next few turns, I think. Yep, 5 at Bonney, then Baby 5 search. Maybe they'll play a second searcher too. Yeah, my variant is pure Supernova. We'll see which one is better in this matchup in the mirror. So 5 at Baby 5. I guess I could play 2 Bonnies. That might be good. Yeah, we'll do it. I play Urog, but I have nothing to tap. Take an 8 kid from this one. Another one. Take killer. Pass. So they'll do like Cavendish and then 5 at Bonney. Okay, 5 at Bonney. Bonney into Bonney. Ooh, they play the 5 cost Bonney. So this Bonney doesn't untap. I guess we'll do 5 at leader. A counter. Urog and killer. End of turn untap. Okay, 5 into Bonney. We'll tap a Bonney and let Bonney die. A lot of Bonnies going around. Another Baby 5. The first one found a Viola, so no 10 cost Flamingo. Okay, another Viola. I'm gonna hit 8 kid first before they do. Could just play them out now. We'll do 5 into Baby. They could tap our Urog if they want. Yes, they do that. Then we'll just play out 8 kid and pass. And tap a Dawn. Neither of us have taken life yet. It's gonna be a long game, I think. Okay, Bonney out. The searcher one. So leader Bonney, 5 cost Bonney, 1 cost Bonney, 3 Bonnies. Ooh, they whiff. What the heck? I don't think my deck can whiff at all. Because I run pure Supernova, plus Hody, plus Zoro, plus Rosinante. So not pure Supernova. I lied. Okay, 10k at Urog. Sure. I forgot to tap the leader with my leader ability. I want them to attack me for 8, that's why. Yeah, 7, thanks. Hehehe. That's exactly why. We'll do Dawn on the kid. We'll do 9 at Bonney. We'll tap our leader. Or they could tap killer. Tap our leader. Bonney dies. I guess we play Hody. I should have played Hody first and I could tap their Dawn for leader. We won't play Hody because I'm ashamed now. Cavendish. Rogue. And Dawn on killer. We'll pass. I had 1 Dawn to spare. I forgot about Urog. Probably should have attacked killer into the Bonney. Right? There's no way he can kill my kid. Micro misplay. Or missed opportunity. I guess that counts as a misplay. Ooh, they played Restand Law. Okay, Rosinante into Law. That untaps their Bonney and then leader. Oh no, they don't let me have the chance to tap something. Alright, here's what we'll do. We're gonna play Hody this time. Hody tapped their leader Dawn. Or no, Dawn for leader ability. Law or Bonney? Probably the Bonney. We'll swing 5 into Bonney. Took. Do Cavendish 6 into leader. Counter 2, we'll do 2 Don Kid, 10 into Rosinante. Counter 3, okay, how about Hody? 10 into Rosinante. Okay, let him die, we'll put Don on killer. End of our turn, untap a Don. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good in our position here. I used my Hody correctly once, so I'm happy. Oh, he just concedes. With Doflamingos in hand, he can't do anything about it. Want a rematch? Nope, he leaves. Okay. Supernova beats Doflamingo package, I guess? Bye. Bonney versus Perona. Interesting, interesting. We will mulligan. Okay, weird hand. Ooh, they play Otama. What does she do? Searcher? Ooh, Otama. What does she do? Oh, Searcher? Okay, that's 4k counter. I don't have to worry about. Just swing 8 at them. Pass. I don't think these will ever attack. Momo. A lot of searching going on. Yuma. Did the Otamas reveal? Probably should have paid attention. So, okay, you can be my samurai. Gives them 2 cards. They attack us for 6. So that's a lot of card draw, actually. We get rid of Momo for sure. 5 at Momo. Cavendish and then Rosinante. Pass. 10 card hand. To protect their 8 cost kid. 5 at our Rosinante. Oh yeah, they can tap. I forgot. They could do that. Another Momo. Momo Onosuke. Ooh, Secret Yamato. Did they have a way to play her out? Like, there's that 4-drop. Yeah. Yori that can bring out Yamato. Okay, yep. There is that. If I play Urog, they can tap it. So what do I do here? I don't know. Play 2 blockers, I guess. So 5 at Momo. Play Urog. Cavendish 6. Then I thought I had enough to play 2 Bartolomeos, but I didn't. Oops. Oh right, yeah. I thought I had 3 Don because of Urog, but I forgot it's at the end of the turn. So they get -1 cost to Cavendish. They're gonna Ryuma it. That goes with the Yamato. We'll tap the leader then. Counter for 1. I don't want to get double banished. Ooh, Gecko Moria. Did they have a Ryuma in here? No, they don't. Hiyori? Then Hiyori can bring out Ryuma? Yeah, nice. That was cool. Do 5 at Yamato. Counter. So anyway, we'll bring out Zoro and pass. I don't think they have a way to get rid of him. I hope. Would be doomed if they could get rid of our Zoro. I kind of need him right now to fight back. Okay, 9k. They tap Urog and attack 9k. We'll tap the Yamato, so we don't have to worry about it. Urog can die. Another Gecko Moria comes out. Okay. Another Samurai. I do need cards in hand, so we'll take some of these other hits if they throw them at us. Okay, 6 we'll take. I don't need 3 8 kids. 5 we'll have to take. Bonney. Then another Gecko Moria. Bring back Hiyori again. I know they're playing a Sabo blocker. So I have to attack with Zoro, so I can't play 8 kid. I don't have blockers anyway. They can tap with their leader ability. They Cat Viper too. Nekomamushi. Guess we'll just swing 9 at Yamato. Untap. So it dies. I'm a blocker though, so 8 kid is kind of useless. I guess we'll swing 9 at Yuma then. They blocked. Untap. The Bonney search. Guess we'll take Cavendish. Oh, and then Bartolomeo lets me cycle. I keep forgetting about that. That's useful. We can play Cavendish. Or I can play Urog. Urog might be better. So we'll do 10 at Ryuma? If I kill Ryuma, they just kill Bonney for free. Shoot. Did not think about this. 6 at leader then. They counter 2. 9 at leader. Take, we'll play Urog. And we'll untap a Dawn. Dang it. Should have killed Ryuma first. I guess they still could have blocked with Sabo. Right. Oh, so they rested with You Can Be My Samurai to draw 2. Set up Dawn for another Gecko Moria. 9k at our Urog that they tapped. Tap their leader, and then we'll block with Barto. Play Stussy. What does she do? Okay, it can KO anything on board, so it KO'd our Zoro before we could attack with it. Great. Hahaha. The best. So we'll search with Bonney. I need a blocker. We don't get it. 2k. If I play 8 Kid, they just kill it really easily. Have that lead. Countered. Oh, they're gonna tap our Urog anyway, so we might as well attack with them, right? So 5 at their leader. Counter 1, we'll play 8 Kid. At least he's a bigger body to defend. We'll just put Dawn on him. Pass. Yeah, I think with the amount of counter, maybe we can save him, actually. Unless they play another Stussy. This Wano Perona deck is pretty cool. Another Sabo. I don't have KO effects anyway. That means less Dawn that's going at our kid too. Okay, Otama lets him draw. So their giant hand is now down to 6. That's a good sign. You can do like 10, 10. That's it. Oh, I'm going to tap one. So 13. Tap Gecko. 13. I have to counter, so 2, 4, 6. Ay. I can tap the Sabos. I don't think I can go for game though. What do I do then? Need to look for a blocker. Oh, they conceded. They didn't want to drag it out. They might have still had it though. I don't know why they didn't want to play it out. Right, because my hand was like kind of bricky. Guess they're levers. Okay, bye. Yeah, honestly, I don't know if I won that, to be honest. They just decided to leave. Okay, bye again. We have Bonney versus Red Purple Luffy. We'll work with this. We'll have a Bonney to search with. Which we will do, but we found 8 Kid right away, so let's look for some mid-game. Or another Bonney. We'll pass. This Bonney will eat one 6k hit. So we're fine with that, yep. They don't drop anything. Interesting. We have nothing to play, really. We'll do Bonney search. And now let's take something else. Cavendish. Swing 7 at them. Take it. We'll pass. Attack Bonney for 6. That's 2 6ks we didn't need to counter out of. Nice. They Bon Clay. Right, we can Cavendish and then what? That's it, really. We'll play like Cavendish just to have extra Dawn to use. We'll swing 8 at them. They Radical Beam will pass. I was thinking of leaving our Dawn up to tap, but I actually kind of want to take life, so we'll let him get both of these attacks in. Here's a 6. He ramps to 9. 9-beard? Yep. That close for 8. Is okay too. Okay, huh. So we'll just kill Mr. 2 real quick. And then what can we do here? I want to play Zoro, but I don't have Dawn for it. Should I Hody? Now we'll play... Oh, we can play 8 Kid actually. And that's it, right? But I kind of want to leave Dawn up, or else I'll be taking a lot of damage, and that's fine. We'll just pass. I don't have any blockers for my kid. Yeah, I haven't used my leader ability at all this game. Ooh, another 9-beard. Access for 8 will counter that one, and we'll take the next 9-beard. For 10. 10-beard. Or he doesn't attack? I don't know. Oh, he doesn't attack, huh. Okay, the good thing about this Barto is that this Whitebeard can't KO it. Could play Zoro and get Dawn back. Or I'd have to sacrifice my Cavendish though. Might be worth it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they can't survive a Zoro. We'll play out Zoro. Put Dawn on Kid. Beat out a Barto. And we'll attack with Cavendish just to get rested Dawn back. And we'll pass. So with the blocker and my beater ability, I don't think they can kill our Kid. We'll see though. I wouldn't mind taking some more life either, but yeah, Otama, okay, that makes it a little harder to defend this Kid. 10 item will tap the other 9-beard. 10k at Kid will block then. So they need to put Dawn on leader to kill him. Ooh, they play Dragon. That's a lot of rush coming at me. 6k is still easier than defending my leader at 5, so we'll counter this to 3. Then they can do like 10 at Kid. 9 at Kid, okay. Sure. And then can they survive my Zoro? We'll see. We'll make them a 10. Attack. Tap. There's 1 life. About another 10. They took it. Untap. Attack with Cavendish to get 2 down back. Counter for 1, and then we just stack it all on Zoro. And 18k. There's 2. 2, 2, 1. Yeah, he's dead for sure. Radical Beam will only make him tie. He didn't even have it. Yeah, Zoro is devastating against Red Purple Luffy, it seems. Bye.
Card D Kaizoku.